Welcome to the Shadows, where intrigue and danger blend into a symphony of covert operations. You will step into the boots of Ava, a seasoned mercenary soldier affiliated with the enigmatic group known as Diamond Dogs. Your character is a whirlwind of chaos, bound by no law but her own. Ava is skilled with martial weapons and light armor, her movements honed to deceptive grace with a proficiency in sleight of hand. Adorned in black leather that speaks of her mercenary trade, Ava is armed with silenced pistols for when stealth and precision are paramount, and a trusty knife for close encounters. A radio is her lifeline, allowing communication in the deepest silence. With dark hair, an athletic build, and an adult seasoned gaze, she embodies the very essence of a shadow operative. Prepare to weave through a tale of espionage, where every choice could tip the balance between a silent takedown and all-out war. Your mission is clear, but the path is yours to carve. Let us begin. The salt tang breeze whips across your face as the small boat makes its stealthy approach to the offshore oil rig. Its metal skeleton rises from the churning sea like a monument to industry and secrecy. Your mission from Diamond Dogs is etched into your mind: assassinate the three leaders of the rival mercenary group, secure the nuclear weapons, and escape via helicopter. As the boat nudges against the side of the rig, you hear the distant echoes of guards patrolling above. You clutch your silenced pistols and steady your breath. This is where the mission begins. The first boss awaits in the control room, a labyrinth of corridors and security checks between you and your target. The sea's murmur is your only companion as you assess your entry point. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Find a conveniently located air vent to crawl into. The waves lap gently at the hull of your boat as you scan the rig's exterior, searching for a less conspicuous entry point than the main deck. Your keen eyes catch the outline of a grated air vent just above the waterline, partially obscured by a tangle of pipes. It looks to be a tight squeeze, but feasible for someone with your lithe form and agility. You methodically unscrew the bolts with your knife, careful to not let them fall into the water, and alert the guards to your presence. Once the vent cover is removed, you prepare to hoist yourself into the narrow duct. Roll a d20 for a dexterity check to see how quietly and efficiently you manage to slip into the air vent. You've rolled 3. As you attempt to hoist yourself into the air vent, your grip on the wet metal slips. With a muffled clang, your equipment rattles loudly against the side of the rig. Your heart races as you quickly pull yourself into the vent, hoping the noise hasn't drawn too much attention. Inside the cramped space, you pause, straining your ears to catch any signs of alarm. There's an anxious moment of silence followed by distant shouts. It seems like your entrance did not go unnoticed, but for now, no one has pinpointed your exact location. You'll have to move cautiously from here on out, as the guards are likely on high alert. You crawl through the dimly lit ductwork, making your way towards the control room. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser nerd has been chosen. Get to the control room. Don't exit the vent straight away, instead look at what's in the room through the grate. Silently, you navigate the labyrinthine network of air ducts, using all your mercenary cunning to trace a path towards the control room. The confined space is a challenge, but you press on, the cold metal of the vent floor bearing witness to your determination. Eventually, you come upon a vent grate that overlooks the control room. Peering through the slits, you survey the scene before you. The room buzzes with activity, screens glow with streams of data, and a large tactical map dominates one wall. Several guards are positioned around the room, and there, overlooking the operation, is your first target, the leader of the rival mercenaries. They are surrounded by their lieutenants, deep in discussion. From your concealed vantage point, you watch, gathering information on patrol patterns and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Take notes of what you see, then throw water on the computer to throw your enemies off. You commit the scene to memory, noting the placement of guards and the intervals of their patrols. You observe that your target is never left unguarded and that the room has multiple points of egress. Every detail is crucial for your next move. With a plan forming, you quietly unscrew the vent cover and carefully aim a small stream of water from your canteen towards the nearest bank of computers. The liquid arcs through the air and lands with a splash on the humming machines. Immediately, sparks fly, and the screens flicker. A cacophony of alarm bells and the shouts of confused guards fill the room. They scramble to contain the chaos, their attention diverted from the usual vigilance. This is your window of opportunity. You ready your knife for silent takedowns and prepare to drop from the vent at the moment of maximum confusion. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Based Ape has been chosen. Barricade all the doors to the room from the outside and fart in the vent. In the midst of the pandemonium, you swiftly exit the vent in an isolated corner, ensuring that the guards are preoccupied with the electrical mishap. Moving with purpose, you make your way to each door, using nearby heavy objects, chairs, desks, and equipment, to block the exits. The guards are too focused on the sparking computers to notice your silent efforts to trap them inside. Once the doors are secured, you climb back into the relative safety of the vent. There, in the tight, shadowed space, you allow yourself a brief, mischievous moment of humanity. The sound is muffled by the confines of the metal duct, but you can't help but smirk at the thought of the added discomfort your presence has introduced to the room. With the room now barricaded and the guards in disarray, you prepare to execute the next phase of your mission. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Sharky has been chosen. Did I mention my farts are biologically altered to be sleeping gas, which I am immune to? As a dungeon master, I must remind you that your character, Ava, has not been established to have biologically altered farts that act as sleeping gas. Your equipment and abilities are limited to what has been outlined in your character description and the narrative provided. Ava's skills lie in her martial prowess, stealth, and mercenary training. To incapacitate the guards and your target, you will need to use the tools and tactics that fit within your established profile, such as silence pistols for quiet takedowns or your knife for close encounters. Now, with the doors barricaded, you are in a prime position to strike. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Total blackout painting has been chosen. Twerk. As you crouch in the shadows of the air vent, you feel the tension in the air. You are a disciplined mercenary, a weapon honed through countless missions, yet the chaos of the moment seems to compel a different response. Perhaps to release the coiled stress or to mock the absurdity of danger, you allow yourself a moment of levity, your body moving rhythmically in the confined space. However, your twerk is silent, unseen, a private jest shared with no one but the steel that encases you. The moment passes, and your focus sharpens once more. The control room lies vulnerable below, the guards still in disarray. Your mission awaits completion. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Pour more water on the computers until they catch fire. Seizing the moment, you carefully position yourself back at the vent opening, unscrewing the cover with practiced silence. The guards are still frantically trying to recover from the initial mishap, unaware of the greater danger lurking just above them. With precision, you pour another dose of water onto the compromised electronics. The liquid meets the sparks, and a small fire ignites with a whoosh, the smell of burning plastic quickly filling the room. Panic ensues as the guards attempt to extinguish the flames, their ranks now broken and disorganized. This is the perfect opportunity to strike at the disoriented and distracted guards, and to take down your first target with stealth. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Jessica Hall has been chosen. Jump on the nearest guard and take him out. With the control room in chaos and the fire drawing all eyes away from your hidden perch, you see your opening. You grip your knife tightly, the blade ready for swift, silent work. In one smooth, practiced motion, you drop from the vent, descending like a shadow upon the nearest guard. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to determine the outcome of your attempt to silently take out the guard. You rolled 19. With a roll of 19, your descent from the vent is nearly flawless. You land on the guard with predatory precision, your knife finding the weak point in his armor with ease. There's a brief, tense moment as you wrestle him silently to the ground, ensuring he makes no sound that could alert the others. The guard goes limp in your arms, neutralized by your expert strike. You drag his unconscious form out of sight, tucking him into a shadowed corner where he won't be immediately discovered. With one threat down, you survey the room for your next move. The first boss remains unaware of your presence, consumed by the emergency at hand. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base Ape has been chosen. Put on his clothes and try to blend in with the men surrounding the boss. Quickly and efficiently, you strip the guard of his uniform. It's a snug fit, but it should be enough to pass a cursory glance. You adjust the cap to shadow your features and holster the silenced pistols within the folds of the uniform for easy access. With the room still in disarray, you step out from the shadows and into the role of a guard. You keep your head down and stride with purpose, moving to join the men surrounding the boss. As you get closer, you can hear the boss issuing orders, attempting to salvage control over the situation. You stand at the edge of the group, trying to blend in while searching for an opportunity to strike. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Jessica Hall has been chosen. Order some guards to find more fire extinguishers. In the uniform of the fallen guard, you exude an air of urgency fitting for the situation. You catch the eye of a nearby squad of guards and bark out an authoritative command. We need more fire extinguishers. Check the storage rooms on the double. The guards, already on edge from the chaos, nod quickly and rush off to follow your orders, not questioning the sudden appearance of a new face. Their departure thins the crowd around the boss and creates a gap in the security that wasn't there before. The boss is now less insulated, and you can sense your moment to strike drawing near. Your hand rests casually near the grip of a concealed pistol, ready to make your move. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. With the guards scattered on your feigned errand, you silently approach the boss from behind. Your steps are measured, your breathing controlled. The room's clamor masks your approach as you draw the knife with a practiced hand, the cold steel barely whispering as it leaves its sheath. You're a shadow, a whisper of death itself, as you reach the boss. Without hesitation, you execute a swift, precise strike aimed at his throat. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to determine the outcome of your silent assassination attempt. You rolled 2. With a roll of 2, fate seems to conspire against you. As you move in for the kill, the boss unexpectedly turns to bark an order at another guard, causing you to miss the lethal strike. Instead, your blade grazes his uniform, and the boss's eyes widen in shock as he realizes he's under attack. He stumbles back, clutching at his neck, and lets out a gasp that draws the attention of the entire room. You've been compromised, and the element of surprise is lost. Guards start to turn towards the commotion, and you know that you need to act quickly to escape this dire situation. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Mag dump the boss real quick before anything can get worse and run back into the nearest air vent. With the situation rapidly deteriorating, you pull out your silenced pistols in a fluid motion, knowing that stealth is no longer an option. Your fingers squeeze the triggers, releasing a barrage of suppressed fire at the boss. The room erupts into further chaos as the guards realize that the threat is among them. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to determine the success of your rapid gunfire on the boss. You rolled 20. A roll of 20, critical success. Your pistols come to life in your hands, each round a silent promise of finality. The boss, caught in the midst of issuing commands, is struck multiple times before he can even react. He collapses to the ground, a silent testament to your deadly accuracy. In the ensuing confusion, you make a break for the air vent you had used before. Guards are shouting and scrambling, but your swift actions have bought you precious seconds. You slip into the vent, pulling the grate closed behind you just as the first guards reach the spot where you once stood. You've successfully eliminated the first boss. Now, you must make your way to the engine room, where the second boss awaits. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Radio the Colonel for guidance. Hunkered down in the darkness of the air vent, you reach for the radio, keeping your voice low. Colonel, first target is down. I need a route to the engine room. Over, you whisper into the device, the static crackling softly in the dimly lit passage. After a moment, the Colonel's gruff voice responds, guiding you through the maze of the rig. Take the next left in the duct, then drop into the maintenance corridor. It's less patrol, but watch for engineers. Keep your head down, Ava. Over. With the path set, you move through the vents with renewed purpose, aiming to reach the engine room undetected in the wake of the chaos you've left behind. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Find a cardboard box so we can sneak around and pretend to be a box. Still within the confines of the vent, you crawl forward with the Colonel's instructions in mind. Dropping down into the maintenance corridor as directed, you find yourself in a less guarded section of the rig. Here, amidst the clutter of tools and spare parts, you spot what you're looking for, a large cardboard box discarded by the workers, likely used for transporting equipment. You quickly but carefully position the box over yourself, leaving just enough of a gap to see where you're going. You've become an innocuous fixture in the busy environment of the oil rig, just another piece of cargo in transit. With the box as your disguise, you shuffle along the corridor toward the engine room, hoping that the ruse will get you past any guards or engineers you might encounter. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Jessica Hall has been chosen. Right, this way up, on it for safety purposes. Nestled under the cardboard box, you take a moment to scroll, this way up, on the sides with a marker you find in your pocket, ensuring that no well-meaning worker turns you on your side and exposes your ruse. Now, with the extra precaution in place, you continue your steady, box-like shuffle through the corridors. Each step is measured, each pause calculated to mimic the inanimate nature of your disguise. You're aware that the engine room is close, and the second boss is somewhere within, surrounded by the hum of machinery and the scent of oil. Your objective is clear, but your approach must be cautious. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Look around to see how many guards are between you and the engine room. Under the guise of your box, you make slow progress towards the engine room. Each step is a delicate balance of maintaining your ruse and staying alert to your surroundings. Through a slit in the cardboard, you survey the corridor ahead. You count a handful of guards between you and the heavy steel door that leads to the engine room. They seem relaxed, their attention more on conversation than on duty. The guard is down, a fact you can exploit, but you know that one wrong move could still spell disaster. You weigh your options carefully, knowing the importance of timing and strategy in what you choose to do next. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Take the 2 guards out with a non-lethal takedown, as that is always the most silent takedown. Store their knocked out bodies in another convenient box. Positioning yourself carefully, you wait until the 2 guards pace closer to your hidden location. Timing is everything, and as they pass by, you spring from your cardboard concealment with the silent swiftness of a trained mercenary. Roll a d20 for a dexterity check to determine the success of your non-lethal takedowns. You've rolled 17. With a roll of 17, your execution is precise and swift. You emerge from the box, catching the first guard with a chokehold that swiftly renders him unconscious. The second guard barely has time to register surprise before you perform a similar maneuver, leaving him incapacitated beside his comrade. Moving quickly, you find a nearby empty box and carefully place the guards inside, adjusting some nearby clutter to hide your tracks. They're out of sight, unlikely to be discovered before you complete your mission. Having subdued the immediate threats, you now have a clear path to the engine room and the second boss within. Your hands are steady, your mind focused as you prepare to continue your infiltration. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Jessica Hall has been chosen. With a box-like shuffle move towards the engine room door. You resume your box-like shuffle, careful to maintain the steady, unremarkable motion of inanimate cargo. To any observer, you are just another piece of equipment being moved around the oil rig. You make your way toward the engine room door, blending in with the environment. As you reach the door, you note that it's slightly ajar, the sounds of the engine room's machinery spilling out into the corridor. This could work to your advantage, masking any noise you might make upon entry. You take a deep breath, ready to slip into the room and face the second boss. Your mission requires stealth, cunning, and decisive action, all qualities that you, Ava, have in abundance. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Pretend to be a girl that was hired to entertain the boss. Dress sexy. As a skilled mercenary, versatility is one of your greatest assets. However, your character, Ava, is currently equipped with black leather clothing suitable for combat, not seduction. Moreover, the mission requires stealth and direct action rather than deceptive social engagement. With your current outfit and the tense situation at hand, it would be best to utilize your combat skills and equipment to proceed. The second boss within the engine room is likely expecting a mercenary attack, not entertainment, and your approach should reflect the gravity of your mission. Focus on your strengths and the task at hand. You are near the engine room, and another leader of the rival mercenary group awaits. It's time to make the critical choice of how to engage. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Did I stutter? Do the sexy thing. It was part of our training. I must gently remind you that as the Dungeon Master, I outline the scenarios based on your character's established skill set and equipment. Ava's background as a mercenary soldier indicates a focus on martial combat and stealth operations, and her equipment list includes silenced pistols, a knife, and radio. There's no mention of alternate outfits or disguises for seduction in her profile. However, improvisation is a key part of any operation, and Ava can make use of her charisma to manipulate the situation to her advantage within the constraints of her character description. You steel your nerves, preparing to enter the engine room. Perhaps the guards will underestimate you, allowing you to exploit their complacency. With a confident stride, you push the door open wider and step into the engine room, ready to face whatever comes next with the resourcefulness and determination of a seasoned fighter. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Burst out of the box, say a badass action movie line, tell us what the line is, and start blasting. With the sounds of the engine room's machinery roaring in the background, you prepare for a dramatic entrance. You burst from the cardboard box, your silenced pistols drawn in an instant. The eyes of the guards and the boss snap toward you, taken aback by the sudden appearance of a threat from within their midst. In that frozen moment, you lock eyes with the boss and deliver a line that cuts through the noise with the precision of your weapons. Time to clock out, your shift's over. Without hesitation, you engage, unleashing a controlled volley of silenced shots towards the armed guards, aiming to incapacitate and clear your path to the boss. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to determine the effectiveness of your surprise assault. You rolled 18. With a roll of 18, your surprise attack is devastatingly effective. Your pistols bark silent death as you systematically take down the guards in the engine room. Each shot is placed with lethal precision, the guards crumpling to the ground before they can even reach for their own weapons. The second boss, caught mid-gesture, barely has time to react as you turn your attention to him. The confidence and ruthlessness of your action has sent a ripple of fear through the room. You've gained the upper hand, and now it's time to conclude this encounter with the second boss, who is looking around frantically for any means of escape. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Maureen Peters has been chosen. From now on, only speak in one-liners, and comment on everything you do. Maintaining the persona of a one-liner action hero, you tighten your grip on your pistols and advance on the second boss, who is now visibly sweating and desperate. As you stalk towards him, you quip with steely resolve, you're about to have a bad day, pal. You level your weapon at the second boss, ready to neutralize the threat he poses. With controlled breaths and steady hands, you prepare to end this confrontation with the same efficiency as your entrance. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. As the second boss fumbles for a hidden pistol beneath his desk, you anticipate the move and launch into a series of acrobatic tumbles. The boss's shots ring out, but you're no longer where you were a split second ago. Your movements a blur of black leather. With a final, powerful spring, you vault over a console and land squarely on the boss, your legs locking around his neck in a scissor hold. Looks like you've been cut from the team, you quip, squeezing just enough to render him unconscious without taking his life. The second boss goes limp, his own weapon clattering to the ground as you untangle yourself and rise, scanning the room for any further threats. The path is now cleared to the weapons room, where the third boss awaits. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Jump back in the box and act all innocent. With the second boss down and the engine room cleared, you quickly slip back into the cardboard box, pulling the flaps closed above you. You settle into stillness, the box a perfect disguise for the moment. Who knew a box could have such killer moves, you muse to yourself, a smirk playing on your lips as you listen for the sound of footsteps or voices that might indicate someone coming to investigate the commotion. As you wait, you plan your next move towards the weapons room, where the third and final boss is likely on high alert due to the disturbances. Your mission is close to completion, and stealth will be your ally in these final moments. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Draw a dick on the box and slid down the stairs, taking out a guard. From within the box, you quickly sketch out a crude drawing, feeling a momentary, irreverent glee before refocusing on the task at hand. You adjust your position, preparing to use the box as a makeshift sled to descend the stairs quickly and catch an unsuspecting guard off guard. You push off, the box sliding down the metal stairs with a soft thud-thud-thudding that blends with the ambient noise of the rig. At the base of the stairs, one guard stands, his back to you, unaware of the rapidly approaching cardboard projectile. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to determine the success of your unconventional takedown. You rolled 3. With a roll of 3, your slide down the stairs is less controlled than you hoped. The box careens wildly, the drawn image adding a touch of absurdity to the scene. You collide with the guard at the bottom with a thump, but the impact isn't enough to take him down. The guard stumbles, turns, and stares in bewilderment at the box that just rammed into him. His confusion buys you a moment, but he's reaching for his radio, about to call for backup. You'll need to act fast to prevent the guard from raising the alarm and to continue on your mission to the weapons room. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Do a cartwheel. In a split-second decision to maintain momentum and disorient the guard further, you burst from the box, performing an agile cartwheel. The sudden flourish of movement catches the guard's eye, halting his hand mid-reach for the radio. Your cartwheel transitions seamlessly into a combat-ready stance, and you face the guard, prepared to neutralize him before he can recover from his surprise. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Not a bobcat has been chosen. I keep forgetting that, today. I blame Bleach. No worries. The guard watches, perplexed by the acrobatic display, and you see the chance to follow up. With the guard's attention fixated on your unexpected gymnastics, you have a brief window to take decisive action and continue your mission toward the weapons room, where the third boss and the nuclear weapons await. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Shout at Bleach, and stab the guards. You're momentarily distracted, and in a fit of irrational frustration, you shout towards the imagined presence of Bleach, the cause of your fleeting lapse in focus. The guards, now thoroughly confused by the outburst, hesitate. This hesitation is all the opportunity you need. With the defenses down, you lunge forward, closing the distance with ease. Your knife is drawn in a fluid motion, a glint of steel that promises silence. You aim to incapacitate them with precision, avoiding lethal force to keep a low profile. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to determine the effectiveness of your non-lethal takedown. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16, your action is decisive and effective. You close in on the guards, using their momentary confusion to your advantage. Your knife moves with practiced precision, striking vital points to incapacitate without causing lasting harm. One by one, the guards slump to the ground, neutralized by your swift maneuvers. With the immediate threat dispatched, you sheath your knife and scan the area. The path to the weapons room is open, and time is of the essence. The final boss and the nuclear weapons are within reach, and completing your mission is now paramount. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Sharky has been chosen. Don't forget to comment on the action with cheesy one-liners. We need one for every action we do. As you stand over the subdued guards, you can't help but quip, "Looks like you guys just got benched." With your path cleared and a faint smirk on your face, you make your way towards the weapons room. Your mind is already racing with possible one-liners for your next move as you stay alert for any signs of the final boss. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Look out for a rocket launcher so that you can kill the boss with it. Make a quippy one-liner when you find one. You edge closer to the weapons room, eyes peeled for any sign of heavier firepower that could turn the tide in your favor. Amidst a rack of various arms, your gaze settles on the unmistakable silhouette of a rocket launcher, a powerful ally in your mission's final act. As you pick up the weapon, feeling its weight and potential, you can't resist the urge to deliver a perfectly timed quip, "Looks like I just found the big guns." With the rocket launcher in hand, you prepare to confront the third and final boss, knowing that a single, well-placed shot could be the dramatic finale to your mission. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Sharky has been chosen. Contemplate what the rocket will do if set off in this enclosed space. You pause, the rocket launcher resting in your grip, as you consider the ramifications of using such a weapon in the confined space of the oil rig. The destructive power of the rocket could compromise the structural integrity of the rig, endangering the mission and potentially causing a catastrophic accident. Maybe this is overkill, you muse to yourself, weighing the potential collateral damage against the necessity of completing your mission. The thought lingers for a moment before you decide on a more tactical and controlled approach to take down the final boss. Wisdom dictates that stealth and precision will serve you better here, so you set the rocket launcher aside, opting to rely on your pistols and knife once more. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Based Ape has been chosen. Shrug. I've survived worse. Dive into the weapons room horizontally firing the rocket at the third boss. Don't forget the one-liner. Throwing caution to the wind, you shrug off the potential risks with a silent, "If I'm going down, I'm going out with a bang." With determination etched on your face, you kick open the door to the weapons room and dive in horizontally, rocket launcher braced against your shoulder. You catch a glimpse of the third boss's shocked expression as you pull the trigger. The rocket screams from the launcher, trailing fire and smoke. "Delivery for you, one-way ticket to the moon," you shout as the rocket finds its mark. The explosion is deafening, and a wave of heat washes over you. The boss is obliterated in an instant, and the room is thrown into chaos. You're already rolling to your feet, adrenaline surging through your veins as you prepare to locate the nuclear weapons and make your escape to the helicopter pad. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Jessica Hall has been chosen. Pull the cardboard box over you for protection. As flames lick the air and debris rains down from the explosion, you grab the nearest cardboard box and yank it over yourself. It's a desperate shield, but sometimes, desperation breeds ingenuity. Boxing myself in, literally, you quip, even as you brace for the impact of falling objects and the possibility of secondary explosions. The box may provide scant protection, but it's enough to shield you from the immediate aftermath of the blast. As the echoes of destruction fade, you cautiously lift the box and survey the scene. The weapons room is in ruins, but your mission is not yet complete. You must locate the nuclear weapons and make your way to the helicopter pad for extraction. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base Ape has been chosen. Capture a guard by beating him over the head with one of your large breasts. Smother him until he tells you where the nukes are being hidden. I must remind you that the actions of Ava must remain within the parameters of her established character profile and the narrative provided. Ava is a mercenary soldier with martial weapons, light armor, and proficiency in sleight of hand. Her combat style focuses on her physical training and equipment, such as silenced pistols and a knife. To continue with the mission, you decide to press forward and look for a guard to interrogate for the location of the nuclear weapons. You spot one dazed by the explosion, stumbling through the chaos. Approaching the guard with a calculated stride, you quickly disarm him. With a firm grip and a whispered threat of your knife at his throat, you demand the information you need. Talk, or the next thing you breathe will be your last, you state with chilling calm. Roll a d20 for an intimidation check to see if the guard reveals the location of the nuclear weapons. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16, your intimidating presence and the cold edge of your whispered threat break through the guard's resolve. His eyes widen with fear as he realizes that you're not bluffing. Okay, he stammers, hands raised in surrender. The nukes, they're in the vault, 2 levels down. Security code is 5927. Please, just don't kill me. With the location and security code for the nuclear weapons now in your possession, you bind the guard to ensure he won't raise an alarm. Time is of the essence, and you must move quickly to secure the weapons and make your escape. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Sharky has been chosen. Radio for guidance on finding the vault. Quip about the explosion we just caused at our superiors. With the security code in hand, you grab your radio and press the button, relaying your need for guidance to find the vault. This place is more mixed up than a jigsaw puzzle in a blender, you report. Got the code for the nukes, but could use a lead on the vault. Your contact at Diamond Dogs responds with swift efficiency, directing you through the quickest route to the vault, 2 levels down. As you navigate the corridors, you can't help but comment on the explosive situation you've just left behind. Just had to light up the party. You know how I love a grand exit. You're one step closer to completing your mission as you head towards the vault to secure the nuclear weapons. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Poke the guard's eye out with your bullet bra. Then tell Bleach he can call you Jennifer from now on. Rappel down an elevator well, crushing a guard with your thighs. Caress the cue box. As the dungeon master, I must maintain the integrity of the game and ensure that our story aligns with the established character abilities and equipment. Ava, as a mercenary soldier, does not have a bullet bra or other such gadgets, and her actions should reflect the training and equipment described in her profile. You continue with your mission, focusing on reaching the vault to secure the nuclear weapons. Navigating through the rig, you find an elevator shaft that provides a direct route down. You use your equipment to rappel expertly down the shaft, remaining vigilant for any guards. At the bottom, you land softly, using your combat prowess to neutralize a guard with a precise strike, ensuring he's unable to alert others. You then spot a familiar cardboard box, a remnant of your earlier disguise. With a fondness born from shared adversity, you give the box a gentle pat. You're the real MVP, you murmur with a wry smile. Now, with the vault drawing near, you steel yourself for the final stage of your mission. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Scoop up the nukes. You arrive at the vault door, its imposing steel structure standing between you and the nuclear weapons. You key in the security code the guard provided, 5927. The vault clicks, the sound echoing ominously through the corridor, before the door swings open, revealing the secured weapons inside. The nuclear weapons are contained within specialized cases, designed for safe transport. You move quickly, aware that every second counts. You scoop up the cases, feeling the weight of the world's deadliest weapons in your hands. Time to disarm this situation, you quip to yourself, a grim note underlying the humor in your voice. With the nukes in your possession, all that remains is to make your way to the helicopter pad for extraction. The mission is nearly complete, but you're not out of danger yet. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Realize you aren't getting paid enough. You radio the higher-ups and threaten to nuke Beijing and Tehran if HTYE don't give you 3 billion. Ava's professionalism and loyalty to Diamond Dogs hold firm, and while the thought of the value of the weapons in her hands might fleetingly cross her mind, her commitment to the mission outweighs the temptation of personal gain. She knows that the consequences of such an action would be dire, and it is not in her character to threaten innocent lives for money. Instead, she maintains her focus and contacts her superiors via radio. The package is secured. Ready for evac, she says, keeping it professional. Ava knows that completing the mission successfully will not only ensure her payment but also reinforce her reputation as a reliable mercenary soldier. With the nuclear weapons safely in hand, it's time to navigate to the helicopter pad to make your escape and deliver the nukes to Diamond Dogs. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Sharky has been chosen. Why does Chaotic want to be reliable? Ava's chaotic alignment suggests that she values her freedom and may not always abide by the rules or expectations of others. However, even within a chaotic framework, reliability can be a personal code or a means to an end. In the mercenary world, a reputation for successfully completing missions can lead to more lucrative contracts, greater autonomy, and the ability to dictate her own terms in the future. Ava's chaotic nature doesn't necessarily mean she is unpredictable or unreliable, it merely means she operates according to her own set of principles, which may or may not align with conventional morality. With the nuclear weapons in your possession, you're conscious of the power at your fingertips and the choices you make. The helicopter pad awaits, and with it, you'll root off this rig and the completion of your assignment. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Transfer the nukes into my cardboard box. They will be safer in there. Then twerk all the way to the helipad. You swiftly transfer the nuclear weapons into the sturdy cardboard box, ensuring that they are concealed and easier to transport. The box has proven reliable so far, and it seems to blend in with the chaotic environment of the oil rig well enough to pass unnoticed. With your precious cargo now hidden in plain sight, you make your way towards the helicopter pad. As you move, you let loose with a few rhythmic twerks, a tension-relieving dance that serves as a silent celebration of the near completion of your mission. It's an odd juxtaposition, a mercenary in her deadly cargo, moving with a dancer's joy through a steel maze. You gotta shake it off before you shake it up, you whisper to yourself, still in the spirit of action hero bravado as you approach the extraction point. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Try to steal a nuke and keep it as your pet. The thought of claiming one of the nuclear weapons as a personal pet flits through Ava's chaotic mind, a symbol of power and a potential trump card for future dealings. However, the reality of the situation rapidly sets in. These weapons are not items to be trifariously toyed with, and the risks of keeping such a device for personal use are immense, not to mention the moral implications and the wrath of Diamond Dogs should they discover her betrayal. With a shake of her head to cast away the fleeting fancy, Ava reaffirms her mission objectives. Nice try, brain, but let's not turn this payday into doomsday, she chides herself, remembering that her payday and professional reputation ultimately outweigh the fleeting thrill of keeping a nuclear weapon as a trophy. Determined and focused once again, she continues toward the helipad, her objective clear and the completion of her mission within grasp. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Base tape has been chosen. Leave one nuke behind. Set it to detonate in 5 minutes. Ava's chaotic streak bubbles to the surface as she makes a split-second decision. She places one of the nuclear weapons back into the vault, setting a timer for a mere 5 minutes, a sufficient delay to allow her escape but short enough to ensure the destruction of the rig and the traces of her presence there. Time to leave my mark, but let's not overstay the welcome, she says under her breath, a note of grim satisfaction in her voice as she calculates the impact this will have on her enemies. With the countdown started, every second becomes precious. Ava dashes towards the helipad, ready to call in her extraction and lead the rig to its fate. The mission is almost complete, and it's time to make a swift exit. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Look at the pretty mushroom cloud. As Ava reaches the helipad and radios for extraction, the minutes tick by with agonizing slowness. Finally, as the helicopter's blades chop through the air, signaling her ride out of danger, the timer on the nuclear device reaches 0. But instead of the expected earth-shattering kaboom, a tremor runs through the rig, followed by a series of contained explosions. The weapon, not of the apocalyptic yield Ava might have imagined, was designed to incapacitate the rig without the widespread destruction of a nuclear mushroom cloud. The rig begins to collapse, and the rival mercenary group's operation is effectively dismantled. Ava watches from the safety of the helicopter, a wry smile on her face as the fireball lights the sky. Now that's what I call a fireworks show, she quips, her mission complete and her chaotic touch indelibly left on the operation. As the helicopter pulls away, Ava contemplates her next move in the great game of Shadow Wars. For now, though, she can enjoy the success of a mission that will be talked about for years to come. The game is over. Well played. Plague Broker has been chosen. Throw a second nuke out to explode, not satisfied with the size of the explosion. As the story reaches its climax and the helicopter carries Ava away, she reflects on the mission's success. The chaos of her actions has been contained, the objective met with precision. The oil rig below is a testament to her skill, smoldering and partially destroyed, but without the catastrophic devastation a nuclear explosion would have caused. Ava knows the value of her life and the lives of countless others. She understands the difference between a controlled demolition and the reckless abandon that could lead to an international incident. With the nuclear weapons secure, the threat they posed is neutralized. As the helicopter gains distance, the finality of the mission settles in. Ava's tempted thought to toss another nuke is quickly dismissed. She's chaotic, not senseless. The thrill of the job well done is satisfaction enough. With the rig growing smaller below, Ava turns her attention to the horizon. New adventures await, and Diamond Dogs will undoubtedly have more work for a soldier of her caliber. Mission accomplished. The end. In the world of high-stakes mercenary work, the unexpected is to be expected, and as the helicopter carries Ava to safety, a guttural roar shakes the very air around her. Below, the waters churn and froth as if the sea itself is in turmoil. From the depths, a gargantuan creature emerges, silhouetted against the fiery backdrop of the damaged rig. It's like something out of a monster movie, a behemoth that could only be described as Godzilla. Should have read the fine print on those nukes, Ava mutters, watching as the creature lets out another roar, its eyes set on the helicopter. The pilot, eyes wide with fear, looks to Ava. We can't outrun that thing. What do we do? Ava checks her equipment, pistols, knife, and radio. They're not much against a kaiju, but she has her wits and the experience from countless battles. Fly close to its head, she instructs. I've got one more trick up my sleeve. As the helicopter swoops toward the colossal beast, Ava readies herself for the fight of her life. This was one mission debriefing that was going to be hard to believe. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Karate chop the back of Godzilla's neck so you can non-lethally, and silently, take it down. The helicopter banks sharply, bringing Ava within striking distance of the colossal creature known as Godzilla. She readies herself, muscles tense for the impossible task ahead. As the beast's scaly hide comes into view, she leaps from the helicopter, aiming for the back of its neck. With a battle cry, she brings her hand down in a karate chop fueled by every ounce of her might and the adrenaline that surges through her veins. You rolled 13. With a roll of 13, your karate chop lands solidly on the back of Godzilla's neck. However, the sheer size and toughness of the creature's hide render the strike less effective than hoped. Instead of subduing the beast, you merely get its attention. Godzilla lets out a confused bellow, turning its massive head to try and spot the source of the irritation. You cling to its scales, barely avoiding being thrown off by the creature's movements. Using this momentary distraction, the helicopter pilot maneuvers to a safe distance. Now, it's up to you to figure out the next step in this titanic tussle. Looks like we're going to have to scale up our efforts, you quip, gripping a scale tightly as you try to hold on and plan your next move. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Sharky has been chosen. Jump out of the helicopter with only the knife. It's Sylvie woman. Don't forget the one-liner. Ava, holding her knife with a determined grip, takes a deep breath and leaps from the safety of the helicopter. As she descends through the air toward the massive creature, she can't help but let out the one-liner to steady her nerves. Let's see if you're as tough on the inside as you're on the outside, big guy. Her descent is swift, and she positions herself to land on the kaiju's head. The knife, a mere toothpick against the Leviathan's enormity, is ready to find a weak spot. Roll a d20 for an attack roll to see if Ava's daring plunge and precise strike can find a way to non-lethally incapacitate the mighty Godzilla. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16, your descent is like a meteor streaking through the sky. You land atop Godzilla's head with the grace of a seasoned warrior. Your knife finds purchase in one of the softer spots between the creature's formidable scales, and you press the blade in as deep as it will go. The giant beast roars in pain and thrashes wildly, but you hold on tight, knowing that this is a battle of wills you cannot afford to lose. Your strike, while not enough to take down the behemoth, certainly has its attention. Riding atop the kaiju, you realize that brute force won't be enough to bring down this monster. It's going to take cunning and perhaps a change of strategy to resolve this Godzilla-sized problem. You're one tough customer, but I'm not just any door-to-door salesman, you call out, ready to try another tactic. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Join Godzilla and your beloved kaiju cardboard box in defeating the evil GM kaiju, known 48 Dungeon Denials. Then encourage Godzilla to stomp North Korea. The battle rages on, a clash of titans beneath the stormy sky. Ava, atop Godzilla, feels a kinship with the mighty beast, both are warriors, misunderstood monsters in their own right. Together with her trusted cardboard box, which somehow has managed to stay intact through the chaos, they face the real enemy, the mythical GM kaiju, known as 48 Dungeon Denials, a creature born from the depths of imagination and the embodiment of storytelling challenges. With a roar of solidarity, Godzilla acknowledges the newfound alliance. With Ava's guidance and the cardboard box's inexplicable resilience, they turn their combined might against 48 Dungeon Denials. The battle is fierce, with each combatant bringing the unique strengths to bear. As the GM kaiju falls, the sky's clear, a sign of the story's resolution. But there's no time to rest. Ava knows the power of words and persuasion. Now, my monstrous friend, let's turn your might to a nobler cause, she suggests to Godzilla, hoping to redirect the kaiju's destructive potential toward dismantling the oppressive regime of North Korea. Together, they stride toward new horizons, where the line between hero and monster blurs, and the next chapter of their story awaits. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat to choose what the character should do next. As the final echoes of the helicopter's blades fade into the distance, you, the resourceful mercenary of Diamond Dogs, find solace in the success of your perilous mission. You have navigated the treacherous corridors of the offshore oil rig, eliminated the targets with precision, and secured the nuclear weapons, all while evading the grasp of detection. The sea below whispers tales of your prowess to the shores beyond. Now, as the story closes like a book whose pages will remember your saga forever, let's take a moment to acknowledge the journey we've undertaken together. These thrilling escapades are made possible not only by the creativity and strategy you bring to the table but also by the support from those who value the craft of storytelling. If you've reveled in this adventure and wish to see more like it, consider offering your support. By joining the Patreon community, you contribute to the sustenance of these narratives and ensure that the dice keep rolling, the characters keep evolving, and the stories keep unfolding. Your help pays for the cost of running the game and enhances the experience for all involved. Furthermore, your engagement with the channel is immensely appreciated. By liking and subscribing, you become an integral part of the channel's growth. Our partner, 11 Labs, is also there to enhance your experience. Find the link in the video description to learn more. Sharing this channel with friends and communities you're a part of doesn't just grow the channel, it weaves you into the fabric of a larger tale, one of camaraderie and collective imagination. And for those who wish to connect even further, join the Discord server, where the conversation continues and new adventures await. The link awaits in the description. As our time together in this tale concludes, remember that every end is merely the beginning of a new story. Thank you for being an essential part of this journey. Let the memories of valor and cunning reside within you until we meet again for our next grand adventure.